We're not here to disturb anybody. We just wanted to show solidarity, and we're going to be on our way.
Wagwan everybody, welcome to the first episode of season 4 on Talk the Things. Today we're going to be talking about the Palestine protests and if they're becoming a problem here in Toronto. And actually not even just in Toronto, but in all of Canada. I can't speak on other places in the world, but today we're going to be talking about the protest here in Toronto and a few other places in Canada. But before I get to that, I want to remind you guys that I have my cooking show now. I don't know if you guys have been seeing. I haven't posted in a while because, it was the season 3 finale that I did about 3 weeks ago. And then I was filming my cooking show and I dropped about 3 episodes and I have one more I'm going to drop. So it's on the same network as here. It's on Grim Streaming Network, but it's titled Tree Bill's Cooking Show. If you guys haven't seen it, go look for those videos and watch them. So moving back on to today's episode, I wanted to give a quick disclosure that the thoughts in this video are not of me, Tree Bills. This is not coming from Tree Bills Food or Talk the Things. This is coming from people in the city. I'm going to be reading comments from people that post stuff. I don't know if they live in Toronto, but they're commenting on the Toronto stuff. I'm going to be playing the news clips of what the news people are saying, what the government is saying. This is not the thoughts of me personally. I just wanted to put that out there before I explain you guys the segments. So I have 4 segments I'm breaking this video into. And the first one is people are saying, why protest a next country's problem or a next country's war in our country? The second segment is people storming public stores and scaring people in the stores, scaring them. Some people saying they're getting scared and disturbing shoppers. The third segment is blocking off roads and highways. Why are they blocking off roads and highways? And the fourth one that I want to talk about is fake activism. These people are, we're going to get into it, bro. We're going to get into it. So let's go back onto the first one. Why protest here? A lot of people are saying that you're blocking off roads and you're doing all these things for the Palestine protest, but the only thing that is doing is making people frustrated and get mad towards the movement. A lot of people are trying to go to work and stuff, and it's just almost like they're in the way. And it's just like they say people come to Canada to flee war, right? A lot of people come here to escape these things in their home country. So why bring that energy here and disturb people that have nothing to do with it? Some people don't even know about the whole Palestine. And we're not going to be talking about the reason why the whole war is going on. I'm sure everybody knows that by now, but we're not getting that political on the show. But people who don't really care and are people really do not care, as fucked up as it is. Some people don't care, and a lot of them are saying like this has nothing to do with us, and you're messing up our everyday life with these protests and these wars and these blockages that have nothing to really do with Canada. And that's what a lot of people are saying. And they're saying that they're screaming death to Canada and burning the Canadian flag, but they live here. Some of them are born here, a lot of them live here. So they're saying, why would you ever come to a country and then burn the flag of the country and say death to the country? There was even a whole thing going on in the House of Commons, and I want to play you guys a quick clip of that, and then I'll be right back.
So if burning a Canadian flag, if calling for the death of Canadians, if fomenting hate in this country, and most of all being a front for an already listed terrorist organization is not enough to put them on the list, then what the hell is it going to take for them to ban them?
Yeah! Mr. Speaker, when it comes to an issue as serious as this, we are not going to play politics with Canadian safety. But when it comes to listing of terrorist entities, the members opposite know full well it is not a political decision. It is based on the national security services of this country, but it's precisely why the minister had already sent it for an urgent review, understanding that this hate is unacceptable in Canada.
All right, so you guys just seen that. So now moving on to the second segment was people storming public stores. Now they're saying that a lot of people are mad because they're protesting I don't know what Palestine has to do with the whole Zara. I didn't really look into it because I don't really care for these political stuff to go so deep, right? I just see my stuff on TikTok, my little clips or whatnot, and they're just saying that they're in the Zara and they're protesting in there, throwing clothes around. They were also going into Starbucks. We're not even going into the Starbucks, but they were around the outside of the Starbucks, banging the walls, banging the windows, and it was like, I guess, scaring some of the kids inside. And people are like, "Oh, fuck this! I'm about to get out of here." I want to play you guys that video quick so you guys can hear, and I'm gonna come back.
That's so crazy. Let's go now. I've been out here.
All right, so you guys just seen that. Now they were also blackballing McDonald's at one point and storming the McDonald's them. Now I don't know what it was with McDonald's again. I don't know what it is with these companies. They must support Israel or have money that goes to Israel, and they're seeing, if that's what you guys are doing, knowing about the whole genocide and stuff that the Palestine people are saying the Israel people are doing, then we're not going to support your store. So a lot of people are saying, bro, I'm just trying to fucking buy McDonald's. I'm just trying to buy my coffee and go to work. You done blocked me on the road when I was coming up here to go to work. Now I'm in the Starbucks and you guys are beating off the Starbucks door. Some people are just saying it's just becoming too much now. It's just like, why? Like, bro, we live in Canada. You don't have to be doing all of this. It's just coming off as a lot for some people. But moving on now to the third segment, we have their blocking off roads and highways. A lot of people are saying, I'm just trying to get to work. Once again, like, I don't have nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to drive to work. And it's dead stop on the highway because people are running on the on-ramps and blocking off the highways, waving flags. And it's like, yes, I get it. Or I'm either coming home from work, I'm tired, I have to go home, go deal with my pitney them. And you guys are doing all of this. It's like, we get, yeah, what's happening. Even an MP, or not an MP, some lady on the news was saying, if you guys want to do this, go protest in front of an embassy, go protest in front of the Israel embassy, go protest in front of the, you know what I mean? But you guys are blocking off major highways. You guys are going on the Gardner. You guys are standing up on the 401 Rams.
Those in support of Palestinians converging and temporarily shutting down a busy artery.
That if you want to protest, we'll go protest outside of an embassy or a consulate or a government building.
Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkiw is apologizing after online criticism aimed at his officers during a weekend demonstration.
Now, Demkiw didn't specify the incident, but social media posts all weekend criticizing officers here for appearing to deliver coffee to pro-Palestinian demonstrators after a bridge had been closed down. Now, the exchange, captured on video here by lawyer Karim Assad, happened at a protest on Avenue Road Highway overpass over the weekend. Toronto Liberal MP Marco Mendicino is calling for police to enforce the laws.
Now, in a statement released last night, Demkiw wrote, I immediately convened command meetings in order to thorough review of the day's events and to ensure that the most effective operational planning and responses are in place. Let me be clear and unequivocal. Our commitment to keeping our city's Jewish community safe is unwavering. We are doing everything we can in the locations that have been targeted for demonstration to uphold and enforce the law.
It's just becoming too much. They were saying the police sheriff was even getting backlash on the internet because he was giving them coffee. He was giving them a take 12. And the people were saying, like, how the hell are you here? Like, this is almost enabling them. But the police were saying, nah, those were the people that already moved from off ramps and weren't blocking the road no more. And we were just giving them some coffee. So that just shows like people are starting to get tired of it now because it's just interfering with too much of the everyday life. A lot of people are saying, I think it's kind of emergency act, and they're saying, why don't we have the emergency act being placed on them? Because when the truckers had their protests and the truckers weren't mashing up anything, I want to play you guys a couple of videos from TikTok, and this is just some of the protests that's happening around. Some of them are vandalizing the place, mashing up windows and things like that. And people, I'm going to read you guys the comments of what Canadians are just saying in response to all of this before we move on to our last segment. So I'm going to play you guys those videos and we'll be back with the comments.
It's happening in downtown Toronto, Canada.
Palestine. We're showing solidarity with them. This action is only taking 4 minutes. We're not here to disturb anybody. We just wanted to show solidarity, and we're going to be on our way. 4 minutes, that's it.
Remember your brothers and sisters in Palestine, and to say that we will never ever give an inch away from this land. When they know young brothers and sisters like yourself, who are so concerned about a matter they thought they made you forget it. But they are wrong, because as long as we live and as long as we breathe air, Palestine will never ever be forgotten. And this is the message that we send clearly to the Zionist Israeli regime. No matter where we are, even if we're at the other side of the world or the other side of anywhere, Palestine will never ever be taken away from our hearts, because Palestine is in our hearts. You remember?
Alright, so you guys just seen that. So now I want to read you guys some of the comments that were underneath the videos I seen on TikTok, and it's just a mixture of them. But one of the first ones I seen was Emergency Act with a whole bunch of question marks, and that had 13.2k likes. And the Emergency Act is the thing that I was telling you guys about. I guess what they place in when the protests are getting like too wild, and they I don't know what it is exactly, but you guys can do your own research. The next one says, this is what happens when you let mass immigration into Canada over the past 8 years. They think they now own Canada. And that one has 34.5k likes. This is a lot of likes for just a comment. You know, the video already had a whole bunch of thousand likes, but for just the comments to be getting 35k likes, like that's a lot. Our next person said 90% of these people don't know what they're actually supporting, and that's what I want to get into in my next segment. But let's read some more comments. They use their freedom of expression they got from Canada just to hate on Canada, with a few question marks. So that's just showing you guys how some of the people are feeling. And there's so much comments, thousands. I think that video had like 13.2k comments. So I'm not reading all them, but I just want to read you guys a couple to show you guys the overall vibes of how people are feeling about this. All right, so now I want to move on to the last segment, which was the fake activism. And this one I wanted to get into because I seen a video that was pretty fucking foolish that's going around. But I want to go over some of the points that I have here. And it's people that are just saying that they're only doing it for show, that they're not really doing it for the ground, like the real problem, like what's happening in Palestine. They're just doing it to look good. They're just doing it for a post. They're doing it to go viral. And people are saying that they don't do any real groundwork to help the people in Palestine. I don't know what necessarily they should really do. I don't know if the protests are like raising money off of the protests that they're doing, or if they're just bringing awareness. But a lot of people are saying like, are you guys providing food? Are you guys giving money back to them for them to try to get shelter? What are you guys really doing other than just getting a whole bunch of likes and trying to look good and making a good video on TikTok with a good sound in the back? Now remember, these are not my personal thoughts. These are just what people are saying. But I did see something like this happen with the Black Lives Matter movement that was happening a few years back. It went from Black Lives Matter, and then it became this whole next thing. It moved because a lot of people were just wanting to hop on a movement, right? A lot of people weren't doing the real groundwork for the Black Lives Matter. And then we found out about what that lady was doing with all the money after, you know. So it's like we seen this happen with Black Lives Matter, and I'm not saying it's exactly what happened, but and I seen a video with a lady who was walking around. I think this is somewhere like New York, somewhere in the States. She's walking around and she starts tearing down. She said, no, fuck that. Y'all support genocide. And she starts pulling down the flag and it's saying, fuck Israel, fuck Israel. But when you look at the flag, it wasn't even an Israeli flag. It was a Greek flag. It was a Greek restaurant. I want to play you guys that video because that's a perfect example of what a lot of people are saying, that it's fake activism, that you don't even know the flag and you're just it just shows that they're doing it for Instagram, they're doing it for show, they're doing it for likes. She must have felt so embarrassed to realize that that was not even the flag. I want to play you guys the video and I'll be right back.
Free Palestine, mother. Let me take this down right now. I'm taking this down. You don't support this right over here. There's a genocide. You know that, right? They're killing children. What do you believe? What do you think? What is the purpose of this? What's the purpose?
This is Greek.
What?
That's the Greek flag.
Really?
Greek.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was Israel. My bad. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
If you're gonna start hating on someone, at least learn how they look like.
All right, so you guys just seen that video. Now I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about this whole video. Let me know your personal thoughts on how you feel about the whole Palestine protest and how you feel about, you know, the road blockages, the fake activism, and how some of them are just doing it for show. storming the public stores and protesting in a country that really doesn't have nothing to do, that isn't very involved in the war. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this, and we'll talk next time on Talk the Things podcast.